Alright guys, I haven't done a video for a while, so I thought I'd do one. Thought I was making a bit of a moment of it and actually go for a drive, seeing as the creaking sounds good. My handbrake is like shit. So anyway, this is going to be a fun and long update, so sit back and relax. It's going to be a bit of a rambler on. So we go here. Let's not get hit by a winglet lorry, that'd be fun. Now, I wonder how many of you will fucking out it. Notice a little bit of a difference from the last video I did in the car. Well, actually the last video I did. I'm actually really surprised that you're still there. I've had to kind of do a little bit of some bodgery engineering to be able to get the camera to stay there, because every time I accelerate it falls over on the tripod. So anyway, yeah, lots of shit is going on. Car meets, fixing my car, fixing other people's cars. Work is just an utter bitch all of the time at the moment. I'm working so many hours to try and keep this wagon on the road. Oops, yep, oh, there we go. We're experiencing some G-forces now. Well, you are anyway. There we go, got it back. There's so many little noises and things I need to sort out. Hopefully you guys will see some of that soon. Right, now the astute amongst you may have realised this is no longer an automatic. Took a lot of money and a lot of effort to get it to a manual, but yep, it's finally there. And if you didn't know, if any of you noticed there, may have noticed the clutch slipping. Yeah, I think it's just an adjustment, because I have two clutches for this, and both of them were apparently working absolutely fine when they were in the last cars, because I've had to use a used clutch. I know it's not great. And unfortunately, the very first time we drove it, it started slipping. It has got a lot better, and it doesn't really slip when it's warm, it only does it when it's cold. I'm down to thinking it's probably just an adjustment. I don't think the slave cylinder is actually returning, sorry, the master cylinder is returning all the way back, which is leaving a little bit of pressure in the lines, which are actually brake lines. We had to bodge that as well because we didn't have them. So yeah, loads of other little mods anyway. This video is going to be quite long. I do plan on showing you them. The other ones I have planned. I was actually hoping to do some fabrication videos today for you, but I was doing a little bit of prep work earlier today with the angle grinder, and the angle grinder blew up. So unfortunately we're not getting that done. So yeah. The only other reason I was doing this video is really good. This is my second day off, and it was a good excuse to go out for a drive. I say second day off this week, my final day off this week. It's fun. So I'm sick and tired of doing 9-day stints. Yeah. Turn the radio off. I've got an interference problem in that. I've got a little cubby box which was glued on from a BMW, and it came unglued and it's pulled the RCAs out the back of the head unit and it's causing interference. Another thing I don't know if I mentioned in my last one, I was eating tyres in this car. We worked out to rear tracking, and that clunk you just heard, I'm pretty sure, subframe bolts are loose. My own doing. Anyway, yeah, it turned out the rear tracking, because it's got 4-wheel steering, which we'll be getting rid of. Hopefully you'll see that, because that's quite an interesting process to see how it works and actually have it removed. It's got rear tyre rods, and they're quite common for failing. So both of them were gone, and the rear was, of course, under braking would have been towing out, under acceleration would have been towing in, and I got through 8 tyres on the back. So yeah, luckily I was buying used tyres, so I had no way of spending. These are RX8 alloys, they're like 18-inch low profile, so quite expensive, like 120 quid for like say mid-range, for like some Michelin shit. I'd like to get I can't remember life of me the manufacturer I wanted. I'll remember at some point, you know. So yeah, anyway. But I did manage to get a almost brand spanking new Pirelli run flat for 35 quid, which I think is a bit of a win. Yeah. Oh well. So that's all fixed now. No more new tyres on the back. I still do need to change one on the front because it's pretty bald. Hey look, fellow Angel Eye driver in a BMW. Oh, I have Angel Eyes now. Well, I had them before, but they've changed. You'll like them. So I'll show you them. Anyway, other than that, I've been meaning to get YouTube videos up for the longest time ever. I'm sure you guys will. Oh, I'll go this way. There's a police car that way. I'm sure you guys will agree that I haven't been posting regularly enough. So I'm hoping that's going to end. Hopefully get some videos up. Oh yeah, because me and my other half, who's into cars, we've been trying to get. We've been doing loads of work on both my car and his car, and like this weekend just gone, I took a camera with me to film it. Guess we've got to take a battery. So yeah, that was a little unfortunate. I did have the charger, but wandering around with a camera attached to a wire is not the most ideal of situations. And in all fairness, just wandering around with a camera while trying to work is a little bit of a hassle. Yeah, it doesn't help at this time of year, being so cold and shitty and miserable. 3 cameras! Yay! Have a hill. I like hills. As you can hear, it is a real rattly ride. I've got rattles and creaks. The really loud one hasn't come on yet. I believe that really rattly one that I'm referring to is the top mount, passenger side and front, the shock. So, yeah. But it only does it when it gets warm, so I'm assuming engine bay is warming up, the fan, all the hot air coming off the rads warming up the shock tower, the rubbers then squeaking. It's a real loud creak. Also doesn't boast well for UK roads. You hear they're lovely and smooth. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just debating where I can go to show you my mods and other things. Runway quiet, where it doesn't look like a retard. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I haven't really been up to much other than working. We're going some pretty awesome cruises, but I keep forgetting to take my camera. I got invited on one this weekend, which I was going to go to, but due to unforeseen circumstances, i.e. it was fucking cold, we didn't go. There was another one, Street Elite, which we did go to. If there's anyone in like the southeast of England, London area, in and around, Street Elite is quite a good meet to go to actually. It's in Tunbridge Wells. If you've got Facebook, just Google it, you'll find it. Yeah. No, say Google it, Facebook it, sorry. I like this bit of road, nice and flat. Hear nothing, it's nice. Can't wait to go drag racing, as you would have seen. I've put some videos, you would have seen, I was putting some photos up of drag racing. There was only 2 of 3. The camera's really trying to steer lightly, the camera keeps tipping. I've only braced it in one direction, so braking! Ah! There we go. It's actually making my driving kind of dangerous. I'm trying to keep the camera upright. Bit of fun. Yeah, so last time I went drag racing, it was still a fucking camera. See out the corner of my eye, it's so annoying. Probably more annoying for you guys. Last time I went drag racing, that was the first time I went drag racing, was with the auto box still in it. Updates to say what has changed with the car since the auto box went in, other than being able to drive around in 5th all the time, which is dramatically increasing my fuel economy. The car does feel so much nicer to drive. Found first gear is very, very short indeed. and it does enough like to light the tyres up, which isn't that surprising for a 300 horsepower twin turbo. Cyclist letting me go past. Anyway, yeah. So, not really that much difference. If anyone's interested in what kind of things entail gearbox change, it's pretty much the same on most cars, because if you're going to try and squeeze through Peugeot, you have another thing coming. There we go. Anyway, it's pretty much the same for any auto to manual conversion. Of course, you have the gearbox itself. The prop shaft's different. On this, the gearbox mount wasn't different, but I'm sure on some cars, some manufacturers may have a different tale to tell. Wow, you're fucked. Sorry. I'm just admiring other people's cars and all the shit that's hanging off of them. This time of year when it's been icy and people just not being road smart and going around corners too quickly, or other people driving into their cars, could be that. Yeah. So prop shaft, gearbox, of course you've got to put a flywheel on. You need new flywheel bolts. I managed to get them from a Subaru, in fact. Subaru Impreza, I think it was. They're brand new for 14 quid. Whereas for this, they're like £8 each. And they're exactly the same bolt, same thread, same material, same fucking van. I'm driving through the lanes, and it's like little country roads, which here are a fucking bitch. Stop. Anyway. Yeah, clutch, all that jazz. You have to put in a master cylinder, you have your pedals. On this there's nothing really else, it's mainly mechanical. Everything electrical works pretty much fine once you've pulled all the auto box out. The only thing you have to do is bypass the inhibitor, because obviously in automatic, when you're in drive, reverse, anything other than neutral park, it won't allow it to start. So you have to bypass that. That's pretty easy. There's just the inhibitor relay. All you have to do is you have to pull it apart, and there's two wires on it you join together. That clunk is really getting on my nerves. If not, it could potentially be my drive shafts making that noise. But I've had a good look at the rear end, and there's nothing I can obviously see. The wheels aren't moving around, so I think I just need to get a breaker bar on my subframe bolts, give them a good hard tugging. Oh, blackbird! That's a fucking big bird that was. Anyway, yeah, I seem to concentrate more when I'm doing this on the road. Because I'm just listening to music, singing along like a lunatic. Go. I knew there'd be a way up here somewhere. I'm never going to this road from this direction. It should be fun. These roads like this, especially in the winter, because you can't see them, but they're very smooth and very shiny. So you get the smallest amount of water on them. When it gets cold, it's an ice rink. It's terrifying. These are the fun little roads. I think I took you up last time I did one of these videos. Reasonably quiet, but very narrow. So yeah, this should be where the fun begins. One of my colleagues is always talking about this road. She seems to think I forgot about it the last 30 times she told me. She goes, oh, if there's ever snow or ice or anything, you can go through there if the road's blocked. Or stay there, camera. Whee! Right, no, leg gear's not going to do it. Whoa! There is literally no room for any other cars down this bit. Fuck, oh, there's a house there. Who would live here? Jesus. All those country folks. about a reasonable place I could probably... Oh, actually, let's go there. Show you some of the mods that we've done to this. Oh, but it's muddy. Okay, let's go in here. Yeah, there's a tree. That's more like it. We're not in a ditch, we're not in a hedge. It all looks good. Let's show you what we've done. I do have to say, I do really like my angel eyes. They're so cool. And they can change colour as well, so that little infrared pickup. But yeah, they work pretty good. They seem to go down well at car meets, but as you can see, it's still filthy. It's always filthy, and still has shitty paint, and it's progressively getting worse. So yeah, of course, got bonnet pins now. These things are fan bloody dabby dozy. They work really well. Engine's looking kind of sad actually. Show you what's going on in here. Basically in here it's pretty much the same. We broke that. It's a bit of garden hose we just sort of jammed on there. It's just a breather, which is split. That's when we took the engine out. We had to take all these pipes off, and it broke that pipe. So we had to improvise. So yeah, I've got to figure out why my fucking brake light is on all of the time. I think my brake fluid's, it's not low. It's not in between minimum and max. Probably because my brake pads are getting low. Oh, they're sharp. Fucking thing. Oh wow, yeah, they are getting particularly low. I think something's loose on this camera. Yeah, you can sort of see there. Yeah, they're low. I've got to do them soon. But there's no point in me changing them for new stuff. I'm going to be putting 350Z brake discs on and spacers on the calipers. So that should help that out. There's not really much else to really go into other than the fact I pulled that shit off. The lights I've had to take off and I'm going to have to redo them. They were failing in a big way. So yeah, talking of which, just move that wire out of the way. So it looks shit when the bonnet's closed. I've got to tidy up all that crap. I want to do a wire tuck. I've got a new manifold at home, which I've begun to polish. Haven't finished that yet. Detonation sensor from a Nissan Primera. Plug off of a Volkswagen Golf. And just temporarily affixed to the loom, because without that it puts it into limp mode, which normally would limit boost and change the ignition timing. It would retard it, I believe. Yeah, bring it further forwards past TDC to try and stop detonation. So I've had to do that, take it out of limp mode. But it doesn't really matter about the boost because of the little doodah down here. Little boost gauge, boost controller. That's what those pipes down there are for. They go into the solenoid down there. And then this thing here is what senses the actual manifold's boost pressure. So any pressure that goes into the engine is, the pressure that's going into the engine is actually 4 psi higher than stock. Just to, a little bit of performance gain. So that's a bit of fun. I haven't ever put it onto stock boost, but I know when that little, if I've ever had the battery out and that controller needs reprogramming, God, you can never feel it. I think that's pretty neat. Other mods though, there's not really that much else to talk about. Back of it's shit filthy as usual. Exhaust pipes need changing, and I need to sort out all this paint because it's pretty appalling. I want to take this off too. I had another trolley go into the back of it the other day. Here, trolley's at work. It's got a dent there. It's got a nice one over here as well somewhere. Can't remember where, but it is there. I think it's that. Yeah, there. Fun times. Oh, wiper's gone out the back. That still needs painting. Bird shit all over the car. And there's a dead weight missing out of here as well. There's a weight to reduce noise. That's gone as well. Got to get this rust seen to as well. Oh look, fan. Oh well. So yeah. It's just filthy. Always filthy. You can sort out the centre cap. Here's what I talk about. This is a Pirelli. There's a Pirelli P7 or something. I can't remember. It's a run flat and cost me 35 quid. And it's almost new. Win. Always for the win. So yeah, we're just waiting for summertime so we can get some mad videos of all sorts of awesome shit, of car shows and meets and racing, you know, all that fun stuff that's in all sort of, you know, within the car fan base. The only problem is my house probably into hot rods, and their sort of scene doesn't look well upon Japs. They seem to see them as tacky shit, and I seem to see hot rods as tractors. So, well, I say I see them as tractors, they are pretty cool. But yeah, so there's a little bit of rivalry there. Let's put this bonnet down and drive home, because I'm actually really cold here. This thing's fucked as well. And my little clip's broken off. Oh, these things are pretty nifty. They have a BMW. They're for the Austin E46. They're supposed to, when you pop the boot, it's electronic release, push the boot open, or the trunk, whatever. They work really well on the bonnet. That's pretty mad. Oh, well, that's the best 20 quid I've spent. Looks so good. She's mad.